Part 1. So chemistry part 1. Today we are going to discuss D and block elements. So D and block elements is also called as transition and inner transition elements. D and F block elements. D and block elements. This is also called as transition and inner transition elements. After completion of this chapter, so what we are going to discuss means, what we are going to learn means, so we have to know the position of the elements in the periodic table, and we can describe the some properties of 3D series. Out of all the D block elements, majorly we are going to discuss the properties of only 3D series of elements and their electrode potentials. So metals we are having electrode potential, that is oxidizing and reducing properties, and we are going to explain the D block elements, their properties, some properties like alloys, complex formation, catalytic property, interstitial compounds formation, color, magnetic property, like this. Lot of properties. Name itself transition elements. Transition means it can show the lot of properties for us. Okay. Now, and most important towards practical point of view also, KMnO4, potassium permanganate, and K2Cr2O7, potassium dichromate, their preparation, properties and all. So we are going to discuss. And finally, F block elements. So in the sub block elements, same thing. So general characteristics, general properties of F block elements, position, electronic configurations, oxidation states, like this. So lot of varieties we are going to discuss now. Now we are compared to the properties of lanthanides and actinides also. Now see guys, the D and block elements, D block elements is also called as transition elements. Transition elements, and F block elements is also called as inner transition elements. Transition and inner transition elements. See, now first let us start with the transition elements, that is D block elements. So we are going to start D block elements. So D block elements are transition elements. பேர்ல இருக்கும் transition elements and so properties will be varies. Now see, the transition elements la see, why the name is called as a transition elements means the properties are lies between S and P block elements. Properties of transition elements are lies between the S and P block elements. That's why we are giving this name is transition elements or D block elements. As per IUPAC rules, what they are saying, no, D block elements are transition elements because of presence of D electrons in the valence shell. So elements are having the electronic configuration. So that electronic configuration we are having D electrons. D electrons. So because of these D electrons only, these elements can show a lot of varieties of properties and all. And position of this D block elements we know in periodic table, that is in between S and P block elements. So in these D block elements having lot of importance in our life. For example, bulbs containing tungsten element, blood, hemoglobin containing iron, cobalt containing vitamin B12, and most familiar elements we are using gold, silver, copper, so ornaments. So lot of varieties, many properties, color. So laboratory, whatever the solutions you are observing the color, that must contain D block elements. Okay, now let us, we are starting with the D block elements. So I will say first elements in this D block elements. So first D block will be split into 4 categories. That is, first is 3D series, next 4D series, next 5D series, and last one is 6D series. So D block, this 3 represents not period number. The 3 value is n minus 1 value. The 3 value is n minus 1 value. So n minus 1 value is 3. Why? Because you know first year while you are writing the electron configuration, that D block elements electronic configuration is n minus 1 into D. So now n is equal to 4. So n equal to 4 means this stands for period number. So 3D series means this is in 4th period, 4D series means 5th period, 5D series means 6th period, 6D series means this starting with the 7th period. Now 3D series of elements. 3D series of elements starting with the element scandium and ending with the element is zinc. Scandium atomic number is 21 and zinc atomic number is 30. 4D series of elements are starting with yttrium and ending with cadmium. Its atomic number 39 and its atomic number is 48. 5D series of elements are starting with lanthanum, hafnium and so on, ending with mercury. Lanthanum atomic number is 57 and mercury's atomic number is 80. And 6D series of elements are starting with actinium, D series elements are actinium, atomic number is 89 and ending with coppernicum's Cn, atomic number is 112. So let us see, first before going to this one, each and everybody, very important is we have to know all the elements in the and with the electronic configuration. So if you are most familiar with the electronic configuration of the all elements, in future what we are going to discuss all the properties, it will be very useful and very easy for you. First of all, D block containing totally 10 groups. So these 10 groups are starting with 3 and ending with 12. So in between 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And as per Roman numbers we can say that is 3rd B, 4th B, 5th B, 6th B, 7th B and 8, 9 and 10 combinedly called as group 8, and this is 1B and this is 2B. This 1B group of elements are very important for us. These group 11 elements are soft metals. Group 11 elements are soft metals. Now first I am going to start with the 3D series of elements. So position of the D block elements we know in periodic table. Position of the elements will be in between S and P block elements. S block is alkali metals, most active metals. P block is non-metals. So in between. So properties also in between, same thing like that. So we are discussing the properties. First 3D series is very important. 3D 3D series elements are very important for us. So most of the properties we are going to discuss only 3D series. 3D series we will say scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. Now see, atomic numbers we know 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So these elements electronic configuration we can write simply, that is argon after 4s2 3d1. So same you can write, argon will be repeat for each and every one, but there is a difference in s and d electrons. 4s2 3d2, 4s2 3d3, 4s1 3d5, and this is 4s2 3d5, 4s2 3d6, 4s2 3d7, 4s2 3d8, 4s1 3d10, and finally 4s2 3d10. So out of all these elements, most important is chromium and copper. So they will ask the one question for you, for one more question. Which of the following elements can show the anomalous behavior in their electronic configuration? So that is chromium, and last but one, that is copper. This chromium and copper will be can show the anomalous behavior in their electronic configuration. Okay, so like this we have to write for the all the elements electronic configuration, but most important is, so I will say simply 3D series. In 3D series, only two elements can show the electronic configuration is anomalous behavior, that is chromium and copper. In 4D series, yttrium, zirconium and cadmium. Other than these three elements, all elements can show the anomalous behavior. In 4D series, other than these three elements, all elements are anomalous behavior. In 5D series, we are having two elements can show the anomalous behavior, that is platinum and gold. In 6D series, what elements can show the anomalous behavior in the different in their electronic configuration means only one element, that is ronzinium. Okay, and most important point we have to memorize, most anomalous behavior element in electronic configuration. Electronic configuration lo most anomalous behavior can shown by the element is palladium. Total d block elements lo, in total d block elements, the most anomalous behavior is shown by the electronic configuration, that is palladium. So this is our general discussion. Okay, now see. Now see. இப்போ for example, I am going to write all the elements: scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. Next, yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver and cadmium. Next, lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, gold, mercury. Next, actinum, rutherfordium, Db, dubnium, seaborgium, borium, Bh, borium, hassium, Mt, meternium, Ds, damstium, Rg, ronzinium and Cn, coppernium. Now, see this set of elements. Set of elements means we can say like groups. Generally, S and P block elements you are discussing in group wise, but now we have to discuss in period wise. Sir, elements we know. So while you are looking the element, easily we can say the symbol itself. We can say the atomic element name. But how to say the atomic number? First series alone you can memorize: 21, 22, 23, 24 and so on up to 30. For suppose I am asking what is the atomic numbers of iron, rhodium, osmium and Hs. I am asking what is the atomic numbers of iron, Rh, rhodium, osmium and Hs, hassium. So I know atomic number of iron is 26. Why? Because scandium 21, titanium 22, vanadium 23, chromium 24, manganese 25, iron is 26. I don't know the remaining elements atomic numbers. Most of the students you have to memorize the atomic numbers 1 to 30. Okay, so other than that you don't know how to write the atomic numbers and all. Atomic numbers memorization from left to right is very easy. From top to bottom only it is very difficult. So for that I am giving the simple formula. So use this formula and find out 2, 12, 39. So 8, 18, 32. How to use this formula means, so whatever the atomic number you are starting with that element, you can see that is iron. Iron number is 26. Now I need the next element atomic number. Next means next group, not next 27. 26 after 27 everybody we know. So I need the element in group wise. So 26 after Rh, rhodium. How to see the atomic number of rhodium? Now the 26 is the number between 12 and 39. So here I am writing 18. So add 18 for this. 26 plus 18. 26 plus 18. Now number is 44 total. So that is the next element atomic number. If now next element is 44. I need the next element, ask me atomic number. 44. 44 is a number more than 39. So add 32 for that. So 32 for this one you can add. 76 is the atomic number. 76 is also more than 39. So add 32 for this. Add 32 for this. That is 108. 108. So that is the atomic number. So everybody see here atomic numbers: iron, ruthenium, Ru. Sorry, it's not Rh, it's Ru. This Ru, ruthenium. So osmium 76 and 108. So easily find out the atomic numbers in group wise. So use this formula. Not only this one, you can apply for any group, easily to find out the atomic numbers for the next element in the respective group. Okay, now we are going to start. Our topic is this general discussion. Now we are going to start our d block elements, that is 4.1 position of the elements in periodic table. Position in the periodic table. See, already we know in the lower standard position of these elements periodic table is in between S and P block elements. Position of the elements, D block elements in the periodic table is in between S and P block elements. See, so already I told you 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, there is 6D series, all these elements. Especially 6D series elements all are radioactive elements. All are radioactive elements. And group 11 elements is also called as coinage metals. So what is the meaning of coinage metals? In olden days we are using the coins, gold coins, silver coins, like that. So copper coins, copper, silver and gold, these three elements we are using as a olden days for the coins. So that's why it is called as coinage metals. So all are radioactive elements, already I told you, and synthetic elements also. Synthetic elements means their half-life period will be very low. Now we are going to discuss the properties of these elements, and one of the most important property, group 12 elements is D block elements. Group 12 elements are D block elements, but not a transition element, not a transition elements. Why? Question. Group 12 elements are D block elements but not transition elements. Why? Why? Because that group 12 elements, so group 12 elements is zinc, cadmium, mercury and Cn, copper, nickel. So these are not a D block, not a transition elements, but D block elements. Why? Reason is why? Because these elements are having completely filled d electrons. That means they are having the d10 electron configuration for the each and every element. Generally, transition elements means the elements which is having the unpaired of d electrons, that is called as transition elements. So last elements, they don't have the unpaired of electrons. So that's why this is not a, they cannot show the transition property. Transition means they cannot show the lot of variations in their properties. Now electronic configuration. So already I discussed with you what is the electronic configuration, how to write. So electronic configuration of these elements. So already I wrote for the 3D series. So what are the elements they are showing anomalous behavior in their electronic configuration we are seeing. Now, why the chromium and copper? Why chromium and copper can show the anomalous behavior in 3D series? In 3D series, why? Because chromium is having D5 electronic configuration and copper is having the D10 electronic configuration. This is very important. D5 means this is half filled, and D10 means it is completely filled electronic configuration. So as per our rules, how to fill the electronic configuration as per our rules means our rules, Abbo principle, Pauli's exclusion principle and Hund's rule. So we know that we are following the rules and regulations, but some of the elements they cannot follow these rules because the elements are having the half filled and completely filled electronic configuration. So if any element can show the half filled or completely filled electronic configuration, it is having more stable because of exchange energy. Because of exchange energy, already we know. Electronic configuration lo electron configuration lo 3D and 4D series of elements, 3D and 4D series of elements, how its electron configuration means. So there is a noble gas, after that n minus 1 into D 1 to 10 and ns 1 to 2. For 5D and 6D series of elements, there is electronic configuration noble gas after n minus 1 that is n minus 2 into F 14 n minus 1 into D 1 to 10 and ns 1 to 2, but especially in this one except lanthanum and actinum. So other than these two elements, so we can apply this general electronic configuration for the d block elements. So in this one, next, this is the first property for the d block elements. Now metallic property. Metallic property. So these metallic property is very important. So already D block elements are transition metals. Name itself we are writing that is transition elements or transition metals. So it is not more active metals, it is not very less active metals. These are the just metals. So all transition elements are metals only, and all are good conductors of electricity. Silver is the best conductor of all D block elements. Silver is the best conductor. And second one is copper is also a best conductor. First position is first best conductor is silver and second best conductor of the D block elements is copper. So already I told you other than group 11 are soft metals. Out of all the D block elements, group 11 elements, that is copper, silver and gold. So all are soft metals. So that's why we can soft metals. That's why we are mold into lot of varieties of shapes, lot of ornaments, lot of varieties will be there. Silver also we are having lot of varieties. Copper also we are seeing copper glass, plate, spoons, like this. So most malleable metal, most best moldable metal is gold. Most malleable metal, we have to mold into whatever shape you want. Most malleable metal is gold. And metallic properties la one more important property we have to discuss, that is, see, these all metals can show, these all metals, these all d block metals can show HCP, hexagonal close packing, CCP, cubic close packing, BCC, body center cube close packing, and FCC, face center close packing structures. So generally from left to right, on moving from left to right, metallic character will be decreases. Already we know S block elements are metals, P block elements are non-metals. From left to right while we are moving, but metallic character will be decreases. Here they are giving TCTR. TCTR is the tetragonal system, and for mercury they are giving RHO. See, for the mercury is the metal, but that is liquid metal. So mercury is the liquid metal. It's a liquid metal. So they are giving RHO. So RHO means that is a rho symbol. A rho symbol we are using here for the more denser element. Density of the mercury is 13.6 gram per cc. So highest denser element is mercury. That's why it's RHO. Rho value. Rho is we are using the symbol for the high denser, high viscosity elements like this. So from left to right, I am moving from left to right, metallic character will be decreases, that we know. Okay. And what about melting points? Melting points of the D block elements, especially in 3D series. So you have to memorize. First of all, melting point is depends upon number of unpaired of electrons. Number of unpaired of electrons. If the element any D block metal can show the more number of unpaired of electrons, so it is ready to form the more number of chemical bonds. So more number of chemical bonds it can form means more stronger. More stronger means it is more melting and boiling points it can show. So generally we can say number of unpaired of electrons increases, so melting point is also increases, we can say like this. But there is some exception conditions. In 3D series of elements, low melting point is, I am not saying the lowest, low melting point is manganese. In 4D series, low melting point is Tc, technetium. So even though these two elements are having highest unpaired of electrons, even though they can show the least number of melting points. Reason, generally from left to right in periodic table, from left to right, as atomic number increases, size will be decreases. Okay, we will see the first scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese. We are having problem. Manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, and zinc. Scandium having number of unpaired of electrons 1, titanium having 2, vanadium having 3, chromium having 4, manganese having 5, iron having 4, cobalt having 3, nickel having 2, copper is having 1, and zinc is having 0. Copper, that one unpaired of electrons also, it is not in D block, it is in S block element. Okay, so especially is important is manganese. Even the manganese having the highest number of unpaired of electrons, see in the graph we will see the lowest melting point for this, low melting point. So generally, already I told you, as the number of unpaired of electrons increases, melting point increases. Why manganese can show the low melting point? Because of it is having d5 electronic configuration. It is having d5 electronic configuration. So d5 means half filled. So half filled more stable. Half filled electronic configuration. Half filled electron configuration is more stable. More stable means the it is not ready to form chemical bonding with others. More number of chemical bonds, more stronger, more melting point. So more number of unpaired of electrons available, so it is ready to form more number of bonds. So that is more melting point generally. But manganese, it is, even though it is having more number of unpaired of electrons, unpaired of d electrons, even though it is not ready to form the chemical bonding with others because of d5. D5 is the half filled electron configuration. Half filled electron configuration is more stable. More stable means less reactive. Less reactive means it can show the less number of chemical bonds. That's why its melting point is like this. Okay, now see. Melting point variations I will show you. So already they are giving scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc, like this. So from scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. And we have to observe for the 4D series of elements also. See the melting point for the 4D series of elements also. So is yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium and silver will come like this. Silver will be lower than zinc. Zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium and silver will be here. And at the same time for the, this is 3D series and this is 4D series, and we can observe for the 5D series also. 5D series will be but like this. 5D series will be going up and there is no variation in the 5D, so we don't want to discuss about the 5D. Only 3D and 4D having the discuss, and gold will be come here. Gold will be having here, so it is having low melting point. Okay, now okay, thank you guys. We'll discuss the lecture number 2 by next class.